Welcome to the Dr. Nurse Paul Show, hosted by Aspire RN and Dr. Paul. You are watching The Secrets of Next Generation NCLEX. Dr. Nurse Paul is an NCLEX expert, having trained and mentored thousands of international nurses past the NCLEX RN for over a decade. He graduated with a Doctor of Nursing Practice in Texas Christian University. He is a registered nurse, an advanced practice registered nurse, and a certified family nurse practitioner. He also has completed a Certificate for Nurse Educator postgraduate course. Aside from teaching, he has extensive clinical experience in emergency and family medicine. He has over 15 years of combined clinical and academic healthcare experience. Dr. Nurse Paul is an immigrant from the Philippines. He is currently based in Houston, Texas, where he operates his business, Dr. Nurse Paul and Aspire RN NCLEX Prep. He loves to share his life story of how he overcame his challenges to reach his dreams. He is passionate in helping nurses realize the American dream. So without further ado, let's all welcome Dr. Nurse Paul.
All right, good morning, everyone. Let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. It's getting set up right here. All right, good morning, everyone. Please tag your friends. We're about to start. Welcome to the Dr. Nurse Paul Show, Secrets of Next Generation NCLEX. Today, we're going to talk about, by the way, this is Season 2, Episode 5 of the Secrets of Next Generation NCLEX. I've been doing a lot of Next Generation NCLEX talks since last year. All of my shows are in YouTube and in Facebook. Please do watch them. And today, we're going to talk about tips and tricks of how to answer your next generation NCLEX questions, all right? So I see that we have a lot of viewers today. Good morning, everybody from Houston. I'm from Houston, by the way, so it's 8 a.m. here. And tell me which part of the world you are in. Tell me your nickname as well. We're streaming live from my Facebook page, Dr. Nurse Paul. We're also streaming live from YouTube, Dr. Nurse Paul, and also in the group pages that I administer. Right. So this is my community service to my nursing community in assisting future nurses, the next generation of nurses here in the United States, to be aware and be informed of the changes that will be done by NCSBN for the NCLEX. This is what we call the next generation NCLEX. All right, can you guys hear me loud and clear? We have Yanix from the Philippines. Hello, Yanix. Jen from Canada. Which part of Canada, Jen? Thank you for watching. And Lorraine, thank you for watching from Singapore. And thank you for tuning in after your shift. We have Jane from San Diego, California. We also have Wonderbert. Albert, I know you're my student already. And Aspire RN, thank you for continuing to support Dr. Nurse Paul and Aspire RN. Marcus, my friend, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. We have Grace from Singapore as well. Antoinette is watching with us, and she's one of our first viewers that tuned in when we went live 10 minutes ago for the timer. She's from Saudi Arabia, and she's always here in my show watching and supporting me. Thank you. Jan is from Alberta, Canada, and Kamuda is from Israel. Wow, thank you. And this is Kay. She's currently in the Philippines, also a student of Aspire. Kamuda is from Israel, and Kay is from Aspire RN. She's one of my students. Thank you for tuning in today. And Grace is from Batangas, Santo Tomas, Batangas, Philippines. We also have Ses from Cebu, Philippines. Eunice is watching from Qatar. We have many nurses today. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm still getting set up. All right. I'm not sure if my screen is a little dark. But today we're going to talk about the next generation NCLEX. All right. Secrets of next generation NCLEX, tips and tricks. In the last couple of shows that I did, I was doing a lot of case studies. All right. And then I was answering those case studies live with you guys. But today I'm going to teach you tips and tricks. This will be two parts. All right. The first part is today, and the next part is in the next couple of shows. I'm going to tell you guys when this is going to be this month. And by the way, before we start, all right, we are about days March 4, and there are 31 days in March. We are about 27 days from the full implementation of next generation NCLEX. Who's excited for the next generation NCLEX? I am. So I've been doing this for almost a year now, preparing for it, and preparing my students for the next generation NCLEX. In fact, after this show, I'm going to jump into my class in Aspire RN to do my first batch of what I call the next generation master classes. We have Rose from Ghana. Thank you for joining. Rose is always here in my show. She's also one of the top fans in the Dr. Nurse Paul Facebook page. All right. And continue to tag your friends, please, while waiting for more viewers. All right. We're getting a lot of traction today. But I'm going to introduce you next generation NCLEX. This will happen on April 1, 2023. So anyone here who will be taking their NCLEX very soon after April 1, you guys are going to do next generation NCLEX format. And we are 27 days away from full implementation. All right. So we are 27 days away from full implementation of the next generation NCLEX. But next generation NCLEX may be something new, but that is not something that we should really be scared about, especially that Dr. Nurse Paul is here and Aspire RN. We are doing free shows every week to help you guys prepare for the next generation NCLEX. And of course, for all of those viewers that are already my student in Aspire RN, first of all, thank you for supporting Aspire RN and choosing us for your NCLEX journey. Can I see my students that are currently online today that are joining me from where they are to join me in my show today, but they already are my students in Aspire RN? Thank you for supporting Aspire RN and choosing us to partner with your NCLEX. But don't worry, I'm here for you guys. We're going to navigate next generation NCLEX together. And this is going to be 27 days away. Woo, I'm excited. This is why we're doing this show, to help you guys prepare and be less anxious about the changes of the next generation NCLEX. Okay? So don't worry, we're gonna do free more shows in the future, and it will be free in my page. So continue supporting and following Dr. Nurse Paul. Talk to your friends about Dr. Nurse Paul in Facebook and in YouTube, so we can reach more nurses. All right. And the three words that I like to say on my slides is yes, you can. We have to manifest positivity. We have to claim it. So if I ask you guys, will you pass your next generation NCLEX? Can you please type in the comment section, yes, I can. Can we do that? Let's manifest that and claim it that, yes, I can pass the next generation NCLEX. Can we all do that in the comment section? All caps. Say, yes, I can. Let's start the day right, is what they say, right? Yes, I can. Very good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We have Jen watching from Oman. Wow, I can't keep up with all the comments. There's so many comments. Maribeth is watching from New Mexico, United States, just to the west of Texas. And I'm over here in Houston, Texas, by the way. We have Idang watching from Brunei. And the Sunshine said, let's embrace next generation Netflix. Yes, I can. Whew. All right. And I'm so excited for today, guys. We're going to talk about tips and tricks, part one. All right. This is a fresh slide that I just did a couple of days back. And this is a culmination of all the case studies and standalone questions that I've produced over the last 6 months doing the Dr. Nurse Paul show and the prior shows to that. So please support Dr. Nurse Paul show. We're doing all these free classes to reach more nurses, help them achieve their American dream, their Canadian dream, their Australian dream by passing the next generation NCLEX, which is a licensure exam to be a nurse in these countries that I've mentioned. All right. Let me see. Let's see. So yes, we're gonna have raffle today. Somebody asked me, but yes, we're gonna have a raffle today, and let's zoom that screen. There will be one winner, all right? And this is what I want to tell you guys. In the next 4 shows of Dr. Nurse Paul, the whole month of March, in preparation for next generation NCLEX, all right? There will be one winner of an NCLEX review package each show, all right? Each show, there will be one NCLEX review package, the DNP full course from Aspire RN winner per show for the whole month of March, before I only do a giveaway every other week during the next gen NCLEX shows, right? But this whole month, because I want to be able to help 4 nurses pass the next generation NCLEX for free, all right? You guys got to join this raffle or giveaway. There will be one winner in this show today, all right? To join this show, to join this giveaway, and if you want to be a winner, like Dr. Nurse Paul Facebook page and Aspire RN Facebook page. We have to see that you guys like both of these pages for verification. You must share this show from Facebook. Go to Facebook right now and go to Dr. Nurse Paul and share this live to your profile pages, all right? When you share this, it has to be public so we can see it and we can verify from our end that you guys in fact have shared this show. And comment hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul. All right. And Dr. Nurse Paul, come on, let's do that. You have 30 to 40 minutes to complete this. All throughout the show, we're going to give you a timer of when this raffle will end. And then we're going to announce the winner towards the end. We have a lot of winners. Every month, I give 2 to 4 free NCLEX packages for Aspire RN in our shows. All right. And one of our attendees today, Wonderbird, his name is Albert, is now my student, was a past winner of one of my shows last year. All right. So who wants to be the next winner of the DNP full course? With the full course, you undergo 42 live classes. This is the longest review program, most comprehensive review program, patterned for foreign graduate nurses like you and me. All right. A lot of programs that you guys enroll in do not really match our competencies as foreign graduate nurses. We need longer preparation for the NCLEX. So I've added more classes, 42 live classes. You will undergo three different phases from didactic to neural and precision phase. We call it the Dr. Nurse Paul method. All right. Built into these courses, to these phases, are your next generation NCLEX master classes that you will do personally with me or virtually, not face to face, but you will do it with me this time as your NCLEX or next gen NCLEX expert. All right. And I have hundreds of students in my classes today enjoying the benefits of being with Aspire RN. On top of the 42 live classes, you have access to 5,000 plus questions in my question bag. You get to attend mentorship sessions with me. And then you also have access to your own student advisor that will track, monitor, and help you navigate the course individually, not as a group. All right. So you get this update every week from your student advisor. Plus, if you enroll in the Dr. Nurse Paul course or full course, this is $550 worth. All right. I can give you a discount if you message me in my page right now if you're interested. All right. You also get the Dr. Nurse Paul guarantee. What does that mean? I guarantee that you finish my full course. If you finish my full course, you will pass the NCLEX 100%. It's a tried and tested, evidence based product, evidence based foreign graduate NCLEX preparation course that I've developed from 16 years of my experience, plus a little of educational and academic researches of the theories and the systematic reviews that I've included as a strategy to develop this course. So it's evidence-based. A lot of people have already trusted Aspire RN, and I've only been in the business, the Aspire RN, okay, 3 years. Prior to this, I've already handled multiple NCLEX courses back in the Philippines. All right. So this is a culmination of my 16 years of experience as an NCLEX instructor, as an American-based experienced ER nurse, as a nurse practitioner, as a doctor of nursing practice, and as a nurse educator certificate holder. All right. So if you guys are interested and you don't win today, just visit aspirern.com. We have the full course laid out there, but we have the longest review program that will make sure that you will pass the NCLEX. And I give you my 100% guarantee that you will pass the NCLEX if you will do my full course. All right. So who's ready to win today? Right, hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul so you can join the raffle. All right. We're going to use the app called Comment Picker today. And the comment picker will automatically draw a winner from all the comments. And then after that, we're gonna have to verify that in the background if this person actually followed their mechanics. Again, 3 mechanics. Follow Dr. Nurse Paul Facebook page and Aspire RN. Share this live show to your pages today and hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul. All right. So let's bring in more students. We're gonna talk about tips and tricks for the next generation NCLEX today. All right. So who among you guys are about to take your NCLEX soon? Can I see that? Can I see that? All right. We have more people coming in. Thank you guys for joining and supporting Dr. Nurse Paul Show. We have a lot of viewers from my page today. We also have a couple of viewers from YouTube and to the other pages that I am handling. All right. So let me just share this show to one of my page in Livora because I don't think this show has been shared there. 1 second, all right? But continue joining the mechanics right here, and we're gonna talk about it right now. All right. I'm gonna teach you guys 3 tips for today, and then we're gonna continue with another 3 tips in the next couple of shows. All right. Are you guys ready? If you guys are ready, can you say, yes, I can? All right. Can you guys say, yes, I can? All right. Can you guys say, yes, I can? All right. All right. Let's see this. Let me just share this real quick. All righty. All I don't think I have the ability to share this. So, 1 second. Let me copy the link real quick. How you can do that? 1 second, guys. All right. I'm almost done right here. All right. Almost done. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that I haven't been able to share it in one of my pages. All right. Sorry about that. Almost done. Okay. And there's more people coming in. All right. If you just have joined us right now and you just jumped in, can you tell me where you guys are located from? We are all over the world today. We have people from Middle East, from the African region, European region, American region. And all right. And of course, the Philippines from where I came from. All right. Okay. Let's see. So I've shared that already. Let me see that. Okay. All right. There you go. Okay, now, so today we're going to talk about case studies, okay? We have Miriam who just joined in from the Philippines. Emmy just joined in from the Philippines. Kamuda's here from Israel. Nurse Cisa is also here from Saudi Arabia. Yasir is joining us from Sri Lanka. Thank you guys for joining me today. And again, before we go to the tips and tricks, you still remember the 6 parts of your case studies, all right? The clinical judgment model. Each question will be about the clinical judgment model. So that question number 1 would be about recognizing cues. Question number 2, analyzing cues. Question number 3 is about prioritizing hypothesis. Question number 4 is about generating solutions. Question number 5 is about taking actions. And question number 6 is about evaluating outcomes. If you have not seen my past shows, go to Facebook right now or YouTube, Dr. Nurse Paul or Dr. Nurse Paul Show. You will see the playlists of all the shows that I did in the past. It's a very, very good show where I share a lot of strategies and tips. And today, I'm going to summarize all those tips and I'm going to present it to you today. All right. If you guys have joined in and you want to win the NCLEX package, the mechanics are at the bottom. Like and follow Dr. Nurse Paul and Inspire RN. Share this show to your pages right now as a public post so we can see it. And comment hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul. More people are coming in. Queen Inyang is from Nigeria. Thank you for joining us today. Christine is from Jensen, Philippines. Maria is from Philippines in Zamboanga. Shani is from Saudi Arabia. Jean is from Qatar. And Ray is from Philippines as well. Ruwini is joining us from Sri Lanka. All right. So many people around the world. All right. So without further ado, let's talk about your tips and tricks. I'm going to teach you 3 tips today and tricks. And then there's more coming in the next couple of shows. Rose is joining us from Ghana. All right, we have a wide reach today all over the world. All right, more people are joining. Can you guys please tag and share this link or show to your friends in my Facebook page so they can see us and they can join us, right? Now, remember, case studies, there are 6 steps. We're going to go through each step one by one and think, how are we going to be able to answer those questions properly? Because case studies are going to be big for your next gen NCLEX, all right? You will be guaranteed a minimum of 3 case studies during your NCLEX for take it after April 1. And each case study will have 6 questions addressing your next generation NCLEX clinical judgment model, all right? So the first step is about recognizing cues, all right? Recognizing cues. For recognizing cues, all right, remember, what we want to find out here is what are the findings the nurse would need to check, or what are the findings the nurse would need to reassess, to immediately check, to immediately evaluate, to flag, or to mark as abnormal, all right? So that's what we need to know. In recognizing cues, in the first question of a case study, what you're looking for are findings, all right? Findings from your notes in your case study, that you need to check or immediately follow up. All right. What I want you to master, this is your tip now. This is your doctor, nurse Paul's expert tip, expert NGN tip. All right. The skill to master is your assessment skills and to be able to determine what is normal versus abnormal findings. Okay. Normal versus abnormal findings. Okay. I'll give you guys an example and you tell me if what I'm saying is a normal finding or abnormal finding. We're going to check your assessment skill right now. Is that okay? Is that okay? All right. If I say during my assessment, I heard an S1 and S2 heart sounds. Are those normal or abnormal findings? Normal or abnormal findings? Normal or abnormal findings? I'm giving you an example of assessments. Normal or abnormal findings? S1 and S2 sounds. Normal finding, abnormal finding, what is this? Because we said to be able to answer recognizing cues question, we need to know normal versus abnormal assessment findings. Those are normal findings. What if I say during my assessment, I heard the patient has an S4 sound? S4 sound. Normal sound is lub dub, lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. S4 is lub dub dub, lub dub dub, lub dub dub, lub dub dub. That's an abnormal, all right? Abnormal sound, all right? Might be because they're aging or might be because of cardiomyopathy, all right? Abnormal finding. Very good. Very good, nurses, all right? So cardiomyopathy, which is also, Sir Marvin said, that's a possibility of a chronic hypertension case. That is correct. All right. So we see this in patients with chronic hypertension, CHF, cardiomyopathy conditions. All right. So that's one example. You got to be able to know what is normal and abnormal finding. All right. How about if I say this? All right. If I palpate for the pulses on the legs, all right, for example, popliteal or dorsalis pedis is +2. +2. Is that normal or abnormal? +2. Normal or abnormal? +2. +2. Normal or abnormal? We're only talking about cardiovascular assessments. And you know we have to do head to toe, right? Normal finding. Very good. What if I say it's +4? +4. +4 pulses in the dorsalis pedis. Dorsalis pedis. +4. +4. Is that normal or abnormal? +2 is normal. What about +4? It's a very strong pulse. Abnormal. That might be indicative of fluid overload or hypertension. Very good. Very good. Another example. Let's go to neuro. All right, neuro. What if I say, when I check the patient's eye, all right, one eye is brisk, all right, adjusting to light. The other eye is slow and sluggish. Is this normal or abnormal finding? The other one is brisk, adjusting to light, compensating for light. The other one is slow and sluggish. Slow and sluggish. Probably dilated too. Is that normal or abnormal? Abnormal. What do you call that finding? Where one eye is normal, the other one is dilated and not moving or very sluggishly moving. What is that condition called? Anyone? That's called a nisocoria, right? One of the symptoms you look for when you have ICPs or traumas involving your cranial nerves of the eye, all right? So what I'm saying here is you need to master your assessment skills in order to answer next-gen NCLEX questions, particularly in the case study question number 1, recognizing cues, right? So how do I go about this, sir? Well, you need to brush up on your head-to-toe assessments again, master what is normal and what is abnormal. And if you find those abnormal findings, the next question will be, what do those mean? All right? We're going to talk about that later, all right? So again, expert tip, master your assessment skills. Identify what is normal versus abnormal findings. All right, let's apply that tip to a question that I flashed last week right here. All right, let me zoom in and remove my camera, put it at the bottom. All right, so that's as big as I can do it. The situation here is the nurse in the emergency department is caring for a 45-year-old male client. And there are conditions here that we need to find, all right? This is one of your tabs for your next gen NCLEX history and physical. So remember, next gen NCLEX case study looks like flipping through a chart, an electronic record, right? It says here on the right side, the question says, click to highlight the below findings that require immediate follow-up. This is recognizing Q's question, which means find the abnormal findings, right? Look for the abnormal findings. Remember our question earlier, right? What are the things that you need to check, right? What findings should the nurse check? That was our question earlier for recognizing cues. And our competency would be assessment skills. So if you do that, and I've answered this last week, you read your chart, there's neurological findings, pulmonary, cardiovascular, gastrointestinal, and psychosocial. Your findings should be, I'm sorry, I don't think it highlighted it, right? Your findings should be, right, to highlight in the pulmonary, all right, where it says not actually pulmonary. We're going to highlight one in pulmonary where it says 1 pack year history of cigarette smoking. I'm going to include that in my recognizing cues. All right, that's an abnormal finding that needs follow up. In the cardiovascular, I'm gonna highlight a lot. Pulsating mass palpated above the umbilicus, if you can see it clearly. This is also the same case study that I used last time. Feet, ankles, pale and slightly cool to touch. That's another one. Pedal and post-tibial pulses +1. And then I'm also going to highlight the whole vital signs because pulse is 105, which is increased, and blood pressure is 154/92, which is increased. All right, that's 5. In the gastrointestinal, I'm also going to underline the word where it says persistent abdominal and lower back pain, all right, following a large meal. And the one that it says abdominal flat with diminished bowel sounds. And the one where it says abdominal pain is not relieved with position changes. All right. So there are 8 findings that I highlighted here. It's per sentence or per phrase. All right. And this type of question is called highlighting text. One of the new things that they will do in next gen NCLEX is a right minus wrong type of questions. Say, for example, the correct answer is 8, and you've highlighted something that's not in the 8, you get a deduction for that. Okay? You get a deduction for something that is not in the answer key. Did you get this? We've applied what we learned from the tip earlier where it says you have to master your assessment skills. If your answers are different than mine, then maybe you need to work on your assessment skills and study your assessment skills again from head to toe. Remember, Next Gen NCLEX is all about testing your entry-level nursing ability. These are the things that you should have already mastered when you were in your nursing school. That's our expectations for you as an educator when you graduate from nursing school and you're about to take your NCLEX. Assessment skills should have been something that you have already mastered. Right now, twofold problem here. One, if you're a new grad nurse, we expect that you still have not mastered your assessment skills that much, right? Because you're still about to practice clinically, but at least you should know your assessment skills. 2, for experienced nurses, all right, let's talk about experienced nurses because a lot of foreign graduate nurses are coming to the US with prior experience. Do you agree with that? A lot of us are already practicing nurses currently, but we're still going to have to go to the US and start all the way from the bottom, right? Okay, now listen. You bring those experience with you, but there's a problem. If you're highly specialized at this point, say, for example, you've been an ICU nurse for 10 years, ER nurse for 10 years, or L&D nurse for 10 years, or an OR nurse for 10 years, right? Your NCLEX does not test your specialty. It tests you as a generalist nurse, which means you have to go back to your books and study everything again. You have to master the assessment skills from head to toe, regardless if you're a cardiology nurse and your focus is only heart and lungs. Regardless if you're a gastroenterology nurse and your focus is only GI, you still have to understand your neuro findings, your cardiovascular findings, because NCLEX will test you not because of your prior experience outside the US, but with as a generalist nurse, okay? As a generalist nurse. You guys understood that? Yes? So very important that you master your assessment skills. Any question about our first tip? I'm giving you guys tips so that way you know what to study again. All right. Especially if you're not in my program and you're doing another program, that is okay. I'm still doing this for free. I just want to be able to help you guys. All right. So if you pass your NCLEX, send me a message in Dr. Nurse Paul. If you've been part of my show in the past and you've passed your NCLEX and you want to share your experience, or you want to share something about how Dr. Nurse Paul was able to help you, how was the show able to help you, I appreciate that. I would post that in my page. Those are the things that keep me moving and getting motivated to do more shows like this. And a lot of people have already done that. But send me a message and say, hey, I watched your show like 6 months ago and now I passed the NCLEX. Thank you, or something like that. And we'll feature you in my page. Okay. Now, let's go to step 2. So we're done with step 1. If you don't know this case, I did this case last time, but now I'm doing tips and tricks and applying it to the case that we answered last time. All right. Step 2, analyzing cues. In your clinical judgment model, your case study number 2, question number 2, remember a case study is 6 questions of the same case and it's just evolving. We're just getting more information and more information, right? So with this case study, all right, step 2 would be analyzing cues. And what I want you guys to remember with this part is, remember earlier the question was, what are the findings that you need to check? That's step 1, right? Step 2, what do those findings means? Yes, we've found out the abnormal findings like pulsating mass, +1 pulses, right? Pain is not relieved with changing positions. We have highlighted 8 things earlier that need follow-up. Patient is a chronic smoker, right? We've underlined that. We've said patient has abdominal pain, right? We've underlined that. We say patient has abdominal pain after large meal. But what do those findings mean? So what I want you guys to master in this level, or the skill to master for analyzing cues, is your pathophysiology. All right. Do you guys like pathophysiology? I know a lot of students attend my medical surgical nursing classes in Aspire RN, and every time I talk about patho, they hate it. Right. But when I was a nursing student, I started my BSN, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, 20 years ago. Can you guys believe that? Started it in 2003 and I graduated 2007 in my BSN. All right. But guys, listen, a lot of nurses do not like assessment skills. They do not like assessment skills, or I'm sorry, pathophysiology, because it's too much, it's overwhelming. But guys, remember this. If you do not master your pathophysiology, especially for the many different disorders for both adult and pediatric conditions, guys, you're not going to be able to answer the case study properly. And I've caught a lot of you guys in the past shows are giving me incorrect answers during the live show, correct? Because you are not able to connect your findings to the signs and symptoms of conditions that we're talking about. So if I say there's an abdominal pain after large meal, what are those signs and symptoms of? Of what condition, right? If I say pulsating abdominal mass, what are we talking about? What condition are you thinking when you say those words, right? If you connect your cigarette smoking, patient is hypertensive, pulsating abdominal mass, pain is not relieved by condition by positioning, and the pulses are now decreasing on the legs. What condition would have this pathophysiology that all of these signs and symptoms are gonna fall under that certain condition, right? So what I'm saying is, you have to master your pathophysiology in order to get past the second question in case study, right? But sir, how do I master that? Well, that's why you attend classes, or you watch your video lectures, or you do your question and answer bank. So you see, I love nurses doing question and answer banks like UWorld. I contracted with UWorld, all right? If you undergo my classes with me, all right? If you undergo classes with me and you have your UWorld package built in with my course, so there are different packages. Some packages don't have UWorld, some packages have UWorld. Check my website, all right? If you order UWorld with me, you pay for 90 days built into the course, but I give you 180 days, all right? Beginning next gen, that rolled out started this month, and UWorld gave me an upgrade. right? Where I now have access to next gen NCLEX and assign that question to you. That's what I'm gonna do with my next gen NCLEX master class later, right? Um, I can give you 180 days. By paying 90 days, I give you 180 days. So that's different if you avail UWorld with me, but I only give it to my students. I do not sell it outside my course because I did that in the past, but it's just chaotic because I got a lot of orders. And then one day I ran out of UWorld for my students and I had to reorder again. But anyway, going past that, yes, UWorld is important. Yes, question banks are important. But if your assessment skills, all right, and your pathophysiology skills are not good, then those questions are not going to do you justice. There's one student who approached me through email, and their agency sent this nurse to me. She's never been my student before. They said this nurse failed a third time. All right. A third time. She finished UWorld. UWorld is a very good question bank. I've reviewed all of their questions. I love working with UWorld. All right. I'm an authorized vendor of UWorld. I'm an authorized faculty member of UWorld where I get faculty portal for faculty portal, learning portal access for my students. All right. So they trained me with that. I don't work for UWorld, but I partnered with them for my students. Right. But they said, okay, so this nurse, can you help us with this nurse? She failed 3 times. She just failed a month ago, but she finished the UWorld. All right, she finished the UWorld. Is that a guarantee that she'll pass the NCLEX? No. I was like, okay, send me your candidate report from NCLEX, which tells me what courses, what client category you passed or failed. All right. So this is how I do my individualized approach. All right. I do not treat you as another student. I look at your scores individually. That's what's good with Dr. Nurse Paul method. All right. And I've been doing this for 16 years. And then I got her UWorld scores and I made it parallel to each other so I can see all the scores. You know what I found out? She failed all client categories, um, drastically failed all of them. None of the 8 categories she passed. All right. Take note. This is her third time. She finished 2,500 questions with UWorld. All right. Now, is UWorld good or bad? UWorld is a good question bank, but it will only serve you, all right, all question banks, all right, if you have good foundation with your pathophysiology and assessment. You got me? It's not going to help you if your content, if your pathophysiology is lacking, if your assessment skill is lacking, right? So we're gonna extend the giveaway. All right, let's give them another 5 minutes to my moderators. Let's give them another 5 minutes. If you guys want to join Dr. Nurse Paul and Clicks Review Package, all right, please hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul right now. But first, like and follow Dr. Nurse Paul and Aspire RN. All right, and second is share this live on your page. All right, give me a minute, guys. I need to get my facial tissue right here. Sorry about that, because it got a little cold and it's allergy season in Houston right now. So I'm taking my meds, but I'm starting to like have nasal congestion. All right, dripping. All right, but anyway, you got what I told you about mastering your content, mastering your assessment skills. So when I say master your content, what content are you talking about, sir? Well, master your assessment skills, master your pathophysiology and signs and symptoms. All right. Now let's connect that to the question. Let's see this question right here. Now, assuming that the case is similar, remember case study. This is question number 2 in the case study, right? Same situation, same history and physical findings. It's same. It's the same. It's the same. Now the question goes like this. Which of the following conditions could the client be experiencing? Can you guys answer this? Which of the following client conditions could the patient be experiencing? All right. I hope I'm able to help you guys understand why we're doing this and why Dr. Nurse Paul is different from other instructors, because I dissect your individual performance and identify your weaknesses individually. All right. So knowing all this data that we've highlighted earlier, remember our question for number 2, we're analyzing cues, is what do these findings mean? What do they mean? So what's your differential diagnosis right here? Or what diagnosis can we come up from those conditions? All right. So what are those conditions? We have possibility of, somebody said abdominal aortic aneurysm because of pulsating abdominal mass. Yes. What else? Acute pancreatitis, yes, because of the abdominal pain not relieved by position. Abdominal aortic aneurysm, yes. So 3, 4, and 6, we're gonna check that. You see the check marks, right? That's because we're able now to like connect your pathophysiology with your signs and symptoms. Are you guys appreciating the techniques and tips and tricks of what I'm telling you guys? And this is how I'm thorough with my students. I make sure that they understand my thought processes of how I dissect information for them, so they also understand how to learn those concepts and apply them to the NCLEX. All right. I've been an NCLEX instructor for 16 years, guys. Trust me. There might be some people here that I've already helped pass in the NCLEX in the past. All right. But I've met a lot of them here in the United States. They're already successful. You have 3 minutes to join the show and 3 minutes to join the giveaway. After that, we're going to close the polls and we're going to do a comment picker in the background to identify the next winner. Okay. Now, last tip. All right. So I've been able to help thousands of nurses for the last 16 years. All right. But I don't stop there. I made it my life mission. All right. Made it my life mission to be able to help people like you. Because, guys, like you right now, I was once like you before. And I wish there were free shows like this in the past because I didn't have the money to be able to afford paying for review course. I know my review course is expensive, but if you look at the value of it, we have the biggest, the longest, and most comprehensive course. Plus, you get to learn with Dr. Nurse Paul for 4 hours each class, right? But going back, I wish there were shows like this in the past. So what I told myself is because in the past I didn't have access like this, and I was a poor person, and I couldn't access free shows like this, free resources. I made it my life mission to put up this show as a free course for everybody every week, every Saturday. All right. That way, those people that cannot afford my my classes can still have access to the resources, to the depth of experience and expertise that I have. That's my way of giving back to the community, to the nursing community, to train the next generation of nurses that will be coming over here to the United States and helping them pass the NCLEX. All right. So let me know what I can help you with and send me a message in Facebook if you guys have questions after this show. All right. Now let's go to step 3 in your case study. This is your last minute to join. Last minute to join. All right. Let's see who will be the lucky winner. Please stay with me. All right. And we still have a lot of people coming in. Thank you guys for joining us today. All right. And next gen case study step 3 is all about prioritizing hypothesis. Now, earlier, step 1, we said recognizing cues is what findings are you going to take care of, right? Or what findings are you going to check? Step 2, analyzing cues. What's our question? What do those findings mean, right? In step 1, we highlighted those abnormal findings. In step 2, we checked the possible diagnosis, right? Now, step 3, which of those findings will you take care of first? Yes, we have findings from step 1. Yes, we found out what they meant. Now, step 3 is to apply that. What findings will you take care of first? All right. What findings will you take care of first? All right. So, skill to master here, prioritization. I want you guys to be able to master prioritization, which is actually bulk of your NCLEX. If you check your client categories, that's management of care, 20% of your NCLEX will be all about legalities and prioritization. What to prioritize, who to take care of first, right? Now, here, we need to be able to prioritize a diagnosis versus your differentials earlier, right? Remember earlier, you guys told me that our differentials, when you say differentials, what are the possible conditions based off of those signs and symptoms, right? Are what? Abdominal aneurysm, acute pancreatitis, and appendicitis. Now, which one will I prioritize? Which among these 3, now let's connect your prioritization to differential diagnosis, will become the main diagnosis, all right? Very important to have prioritization skills. Look at this. So, assuming same question, we now have lab results. And I'm not sure if the lab results are here. Let's look at the labs, all right? So same history and physical. You see diagnostic results. We see this diagnosis, all right? Abdominal aortic aneurysm, you see that? in CT scan. X-ray is normal. And EKG looks, what is this? A little fast, all right? So this is around 120 heart rate, okay, just by basing off the large boxes. So that sign is tachycardia in EKG, and CT scan so shows AAA, all right? Lab results look normal. All of them look normal. Amylase, lipase normal, so it's not pancreatitis. WBC is normal, so it's not appendicitis. Troponin is normal, so it's not heart attack. CK is normal, it's not CHF, right? It's not heart attack as well. So gathering all these information, let's apply your prioritization skill. What would I take care of first? Do I take care of appendicitis, knowing that the lab is normal? Do I take care of? Hi, Cheryl. She's joining us from YouTube right now, Saudi Arabia. Thank you for joining. Are we going to take care of acute pancreatitis, knowing that amylase and lipase are normal based off of our case study? So you see, case study is evolving. Earlier, we only have history and physical. Now we have diagnostics. Let's click that again. And we have labs, right? So what's your diagnosis? The nurse understands that the client is most likely experiencing what? Choose one. Choose one. Prioritization. Prioritization, you need to be able to connect that to your diagnosis or differentials. That's our expert tip for today. Pneumonia, acute pancreatitis, MI, or AAA or AAA. AAA, very good, AAA, because you already saw in your diagnostic test in CAT scan right here. All right, in the CAT scan right here, it says AAA. All right, so going back, our answer is abdominal aortic aneurysm and is at a highest risk for what? Highest risk for what? For what? Prioritization. Let's prioritize. Knowing your findings from step one and analyzing what those findings mean, step two. Now, number three, prioritize. All right. What would you take care of first? You now know that this is AAA. And what's the priority complication for AAA? What's the complication first? Tell me. What's the complication? Complication for AAA. Complication. Is this a dilation of your artery, your aorta in your abdomen? Yes. It's like a balloon, right? Balloon will stretch and stretch and stretch until it cannot stretch no more. What happens next? Boom. Rupture, right? How do you know that there is ruptured AAA? Increasing or severe worsening pain, all right? Severe worsening tearing. It says tearing pain, like something's being torn, all right? All right, tearing pain radiating from the front to the back, and then you will see signs of bleeding, such as Cullen's sign right there or Turner's sign right there. And then you also see a dramatic drop in blood pressure. I've seen patients die in AAA in the ER, been an ER nurse here in the States. All right, so our answer is hemorrhage. All right, so again, let's recap. All right, step one is about recognizing cues. Doctor, nurse, pulse, expert tip. All right, let's recap that. Very good. All right. So again, let's recap that real quick. All right. Let's recap and summarize. I like to summarize a lot because students forget all the time. All right. Again, expert tip for today. For case study step one, recognizing cues. Your doctor, nurse, pulse expert tip is to master your assessment skills. Identify what is normal versus abnormal. Step two, all right? This is your analyzing cues. Your doctor, nurse, pulse expert tip is to master your pathophysiology and master those signs and symptoms and be able to connect them to the pathophysiology of those diseases or conditions, right? And step three, for prioritizing hypothesis, all right? What I want you to master, your doctor, nurse, pulse expert tip for today is to master your prioritization skills and connect them to your differential diagnosis so you can find out which diagnosis is the priority and what are the complications of this diagnosis. All right? On the next Dr. Nurse Paul show, we're going to talk about part two, all right? Which is going to be step 4, step 5, and step 6. So today I've done 3 steps And then on the next show, we're going to do another 3 steps. All right. All right. Now, guys, you have questions. Questions, questions, questions. I'm opening the floor for about a minute for questions. We're running out of time. I have another class. After this, I'm going to start my next Gen Master class as in a couple of minutes. We're about to announce the winners. If you guys don't have questions, please put your questions in the comments. I'm going to read it. Thank you, guys. We have a lot of viewers today. All right. And for our next shows, guys, upcoming shows, today is March 4th. There's going to be one winner. On March 6th, I'll be guesting for Kinetics College. It's going to be streamed on their page. But on March 11th, the Dr. Nurse Paul resumes with USA Nurse Series. We're going to talk about taxes in the USA. March 18 is the part 2 of tips and tricks for the secrets of next generation NCLEX. All right, that's March 18. All right, and March 25, another USA Nurse Series. We're going to talk about investment and retirement plans. You sure don't want to miss any of those shows. So follow Dr. Nurse Paul right now. Turn on your notifications. All right, that way when I go live, even if you haven't seen my events posts, all right, you also have the ability to like get notified on your Facebook app or YouTube that that you guys have that I'm on the live already. I'm sorry that I'm online and live. All right, hold on one second. We're having technical issues. All right, we're trying to redraw right now. I'm sorry. In the background, my staff members, my moderators are trying to redraw because our first draw does not follow Dr. Nurse Paul and Aspire RN, so that's automatic disqualification. I'm sorry, all right? So we're going to try to redraw again. While on it, we're going to talk about these shows. So today we did part 1 on March 11. On March 11, we're going to talk about part 2 of the USA Nurse Series. But guys, please join my show next week. So March 4 today, there's going to be one winner. On March 11 shows, March 18 and March 25, there will be one winner for each show. So there will be a total of 4 lucky winners for NCLEX shows, for NCLEX review package in all of these shows. I'm sorry, I need more caffeine, all right? So I'm still waiting for my team to verify if you guys have won, all right? Please make sure that you have shared this show publicly. That's one of the issues that we see whenever we draw a winner and they did not qualify. They get disqualified because of that. The other issue is they're not following the pages. So again, the mechanics should be follow Dr. Nurse Paul and Aspire RN. All right. Share this show on your pages and then hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul. But the polls are already closed. All right. Thank you so much as well, Vanny. Thank you, Antoinette. Antoinette has been here, one of my supporters since the early days of Dr. Nurse Paul's show. Thank you, Antoinette, for always watching my show. Thank you for following all my social media pages. I'm on Instagram and TikTok too. In April, once my schedule gets a little settled, because I'm so busy right now with Next Gen and like so many people are trying to contract with me, all right? And I'm also happy in the Aspire RN page. I mean, in the Aspire RN, the business side of Aspire RN NCLEX, another agency in the United States, one of the biggest healthcare agencies have joined Aspire RN and are now sending their nurses towards Aspire RN. Thank you to all my agency partners for sending your nurses and trusting Aspire RN and Dr. Nurse Paul for your nurses' needs. All right, so join the phenomenon, guys. Aspire RN is reaching milestones after milestones. When I built this company, I only wanted to be able to help. It's just my life goals to help, right? But now, looking at it 3 years later, we're now in 40 countries, in 6 continents of the world. Thousands of nurses are joining Aspire RN. Multiple agencies are reaching out to me. I couldn't even get to all of them because I don't even talk to these people. They approach me, but that's through the word of the mouth, through Facebook, and through the partners that have already trusted me and see my capability and my company's capability, who keep referring me. All right, but guys, check my old posts. I've shared my life story. I had a very traumatic childhood. I've since gone past that. I'm still in therapy right now. I love my therapist. I do counseling sessions every week. I'm sorry, every month. But I've gone through a lot. If I allow those things to stop me from being the best version of myself, I won't be here today sharing my stories, sharing my expertise to you guys. I'm a product of my past and I'm not ashamed of that, all right? But I'm using all the good things and the bad things to put me higher up in life. So, if I can do it, can you guys do it as well? Can you guys be successful as well in your own right? Can you guys achieve your dream as well? This just used to be my dream before. I didn't dream of doing live shows that will penetrate all six continents of the world. What do I know about that? All I know is I just want to talk and I just want to share my expertise. But now Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram gave me this platform where I can reach more people globally, all right? And not have to worry about time differences, face to face restrictions, right? I can just go online and share my expertise. And it's a blessing for me because I'm able to use my life as a testimony to being persistent and being determined and being a person that's just driven will get you to your dreams. Nothing is impossible to someone who believes. Nothing is impossible to someone who puts in the work to get to their dream. All right. So can you pass your NCLEX? Will you pass your NCLEX? Will you achieve your American dream, your dreams in life? Anything that you want to be successful with, yes, you can. So say yes, I can in the comment section. All right. All right. I think we're still having issues with finding a winner. I think some of you guys have shared the show, but it's not public. Can you guys go to your page and make sure it's public because we can't verify it? We have another winner, but we have to disqualify. But because they do not share the show live to their pages. All right. All right. Let me message my moderator. All right. I'm sorry about that. We run out of time. And but let's see. All right, thank you guys. So for you guys that are still online, how many shows have you guys attended from the Dr. Nurse Paul show? Thank you, Cheeto. I'm highlighting that. I'm highlighting this from Marino, be blessed and a blessing to others. Yes, I don't want blessings to stop from me. I want to keep, sharing that to others. Guys, do me a favor. If you think today I was able to help you with something, I do not need you to help me back. All right. I believe in the principle of pay it forward. Are you guys familiar with that? Which means if somebody helps you today, do not help that person back. Find someone else that you can help and then you tell that person you don't need to help me back, you pay it forward. So this Dr. Nurse Paul show is my pay it forward because I know there's so many great things that happen to my life that I just don't want to be sitting here basking on all the success that I've had, but I want to be able to share something to everyone, whether you're my student or not my student in Aspire Artist, whether you're reviewing with me or you're reviewing with my competitor, I don't care about that. All right. But this is my pay it forward. If you think today I was able to help you, use that energy to not help me back, but help someone else. All right. I always say, do one good deed a day for someone. That will make our world a better world. All right. So you always start with yourself. All right. Thank you guys for continuing to support Dr. Nurse Paul. All right. And today, again, tips and tricks will be on March 18, but don't forget the other shows. There will be one winner every show next week in Dr. Nurse Paul, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time in the US. We're going to talk about taxes in the United States, and there will also be one winner. John, I'm sorry, I say John all the time, but it should be Gene. Share this code, just as ripple spread out. When a single pebble is dropped into the water, the actions of individuals can have a far-reaching effect. Thank you for sharing that, Gene. That's gonna be my mantra for today. Thank you, Billy, for watching us today. Thank you for learning with me. There's more shows that are upcoming, so please continue to join me. Tell your friends about it. And my past shows are also there. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you. I'm not gonna be here without you guys supporting Dr. Nurse Paul Show. If there's only one person that will watch me every week, I will keep going. All right. It doesn't matter. Today we've reached more than 200 plus simultaneous viewers. All right. But if there's only one person that will support me online, I will keep doing what I'm doing. All right. I will only stop if I think the people don't need my help anymore. All right. But pay it forward, guys. Okay. Pay it forward. You don't have to help me back. Pay it forward. Thank you, Christine. It's her first time to join us today. I'm under high pressure whenever I see that there are new people that just joined my show because I want to make sure that they see what I'm doing and that they can see my expertise and stuff like that. I don't want to disappoint, to cut it short. All right. Follow Dr. Nurse Paul in Instagram and TikTok. In the next couple of months, like I was saying earlier, I'm gonna do a live exclusive for TikTok, live show exclusive for Instagram, and live show exclusive for YouTube. Because now we're only doing a lot of Facebook live shows. But in the next couple of months, that's why check my social media pages all the time. I'm gonna do a live show exclusive per social media. All right. Thank you to Ravian for joining us in YouTube. She said she learned a lot today. All right. Thank you guys. Pay it forward. Pay it forward. All right. Do something nice for someone today. And our winner for Nurse Method is winner is Maria. Maria, are you here? Her name is Maria AB. All right. She just commented a while back. All right. And she said, thank you so much, hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul. And she's our winner after verifying she was able to meet all the mechanics. Thank you, Maria. Send us a message right now in the Dr. Nurse Paul Facebook page. Send us a message right now so I can give you the instruction of how to claim your prize. And you can start as soon as possible with your NCLEX process. All right. Thank you. Congratulations, Maria. And don't worry, guys. There's going to be more winners. Every week, every Saturday morning, we're going to have one winner of NCLEX. Morning on my end. I'm sorry. It's evening somewhere else. All right. But thank you for joining Dr. Nurse Paul. And again, can you pass your NCLEX? Yes, you can. I'll see you guys in the next couple of shows. Bye.
You have just watched the Dr. Nurse Paul Show. Watch us live every Saturday, 8 a.m. Central U.S. Time. For more info about our future events, follow us on our social media channels. You can find us at Dr. Nurse Paul on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. See you next week.